mid-major school, and that's where that family concept really comes into play. It's not just a job for anybody here. From Coach Campy, when Tom Ford was here, for me, for anybody in the athletic department, you'll go to battle with the guy next to you and you'll do whatever it takes.
Well, this is a unique year for us because we have 4 seniors, and all 4 of them are major players on the team. This senior class has been tremendously successful, but yet they're still a little scorned because they haven't gone to an NCAA tournament yet. They've won a Horizon League championship. They've beaten high major programs. We've won 48 games the last 2 years going into this year. They're still frowned upon. So they know that, they feel that, they sense that, and it's made them even tighter. So the drama of this season is, are they going to be able to handle that pressure and compete in March and make another NCAA tournament appearance? That's the mission, that's the goal.
Any family is stronger that's faced adversity, right? I mean, that's the case in all of our lives. This is their chance right now. Now it's time to shine.
They've got these hurdles in their lives that they have to jump over, and basketball's their, lift over them. They have this God-given ability to play basketball, and how are they going to become successful? And in Martez's case, here's a kid that, had a very tough life. He came out of that environment and has grown into a man who values education, who values every minute he's on the basketball court.
My goal first is to get a college degree. Like I said, that always been in my mind, to just walk across the stage. My grandma is 90, and she always asked me, get a college degree and, have something to live off of when basketball is over.
His maturity level has grown a lot since he's left Texas, man. He understands what he needs to do now to be successful on and off the court. He's really in tune with the season. He knows this is his last year as well, and he wants to win.
I am a scorer. I can score. I can do everything on the court, but I'm more of a winner because, like I said, I just worry about winning. Like, if I stop the best person on the other team, or if I get this rebound, or if I make this pass to my teammate to get this bucket, I put something out there to get the W.
Jalen's a little bit different, very laid back, very laissez-faire type young man. He's as good a kid as ever walked through these doors. He just didn't really know how to express himself. He'll go out and get a double-double like it's nothing. And I still get angry at him because I think he can get more. I think we can get more out of him, and I think he can get more out of himself. And I think he's learned how to value his time and his moments, and that makes me feel really good that he has.
Jalen's gonna accomplish a lot of things, He's gonna be first team, all league. Jalen's just gonna be Jalen.
Nick, in his own right, is quite a story. I think he's the only kid I ever met in my life that, he grew up wanting to play for Oakland. He loves this university and values this university as much as I do. He's the emotional leader on the team, and he always will be with this group.
I have a little girl, and I just want to keep making her proud. So I'm gonna just continue doing what I'm doing, just making her proud, so she can see me doing good and she happy.
I think it's changed him for the good, man. He has somebody else to live for and somebody else to do things for. So I've been Lil Casey's goddaddy, so I've been able to meet her. I've been able to hang out with her plenty of times. It's changed him for the better, for sure. Kendrick's made us from a good team without him, with them sitting out last year, to a great team this year, man. He adds so much onto the court, and he's so vocal now. He's becoming, a lot more vocal as a leader.
Kendrick Nunn knocks it away, and Nunn will drive and throw it down with authority.
He comes out and he gets 40, and then he gets 36, and he's as fluid as a player we've ever had. He came down, he had just made 2 threes in a row, and he was on his way to scoring 36 points in the game. Kendrick got the ball at the top of the key, and he was wide open, and he had just made 2 threes in a row. And he caught that ball, and he looked at it, and he saw Martez in the corner wide open. They were both wide open, and Kendrick shipped the ball right to Martez, who buried the 3. And I think they looked at each other, and it told everybody that we're single-purposed here, and that's to have a great season and a great team.
We learning each day each other, definitely with Kendrick and the way he plays and understanding his game as well. So it's just been a good experience, for us two other guys and him, a talented guy like him, just come together and try to will this team to a championship.
We there together. We know we got each other's back, so that's our support to each other. So that's that's our family. We get down in the dirt together.
Hey, family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family!
Whether it's your knee, back, or wrist, a small pain can be a big problem that affects everything you do. Ascension Care teams at St. John Providence and Ascension Crittenton take the time to listen, because listening to you helps us see your whole picture. More conversation, more back and forth, more questions and answers. That's what helps us understand all aspects of you and your life. Find an orthopedic doctor who is right for you at stjohnprovidence.org/orthopedics or ascension.org/Crittenton.
That thing inside. You can keep it chained, but I say smash the lock and set it free. That's a brotherhood of muscle.
Well-qualified returning employee lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2018 Dodge Charger GT for $249 a month.
When my hair gets too long, I lose my edge. But when my cut's right, I'm right. I'm back to being me. My dimples activate. My cleft chin becomes cleftier. I get a twinkle on my tooth, and I speak fluent French. Garbage, chaise lounge, mayonnaise. Au revoir.
Get in, get out, back to greatness. Download the online check-in app. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
Jalen Hayes does not miss with the left hand. Braylon Neely with some early points in this game. Neely's got 9. 3, Nicky D. Of course, McDaniels hits a triple. Neely up ahead. Alley-oop pass to Martez Walker, who throws it down with the Thora top. Here's Jalen Hayes all alone with a soft jab of the left hand. The Oakland Golden Grizzlies get the victory over Texas Southern. Braylon Neely, probably the most impressive of the bunch, 22 points, 13 assists.
That game against Texas Southern, man, you had 4 guys score over 20 points. I've been in a lot of gyms across the country. I've called a lot of basketball games. I've never seen anything like that before. 4 guys with the ability to score 20 points. And it's not like this was an exhibition game either against some NAI school or Division III. This was Texas Southern. They will be in the NCAA tournament this year. You can book that. They've been in the NCAA tournament last year. They're perennially in the NCAA tournament.
Throughout the history of Oakland, you've always had good, dominant guards who were somewhere ranked amongst the nation's best when it came to scoring and being high-level players.
The depth of our coaching staff and how experienced our coaching staff is when we get into that crunch time, I think will be a real advantage to Oakland.
I've been doing this for 20 years now, and this is the probably one of the greatest group of kids that I've been around. No hidden agendas, no animosity. Everybody's in it to win it, so to speak, and no one cares who gets the credit, because at the end of the day, the team is first.
Coach Jones is very wise, man. He knows a lot about the game. Just his years at Tennessee that he was able to coach there and learn so much over there. I think he's brought that to Oakland as well.
Me and Greg Campy has been friends for over 20 years. We just always had a very cordial and substantive relationship. And I think it was just a natural fit that when the opening came open on his staff, that, you know, we reached out to each other.
The program has grown tremendously, had a lot of success, and it just feels good. I mean, it feels natural to just walk back in, and then the guys welcome me. Of course, Campy welcomed me. The same family atmosphere that I felt when I left, it feels the same coming back.
Covington is a more city guy, so the city guys, it's a few city players that's out there that's actually can play, and it's good to have, you know, a guy like Cove to go out there and try to recruit them, because they can relate to Covington and he can, you know, tell them what's the real and what's going on and how the program actually is.
I love basketball, I love being around basketball, love to teach the game of basketball. I've coached high school level, coached AAU. I've seen a lot of elite players. I came in here and I just shared with Coach Campy how much passion that I have for Oakland University.
For me, this is my second home. You know, when I transferred in, you know, everyone welcomed me in, you know, the boosters, alumni, you know, it's just home. Every time I come here, I get welcomed with love, so it was an easy decision for me to come back.
It's great to have Reggie on the staff along with us, guiding the guys, and he's a player that recently had success in the system, and he's kind of been mentoring me, so that's been good for me.
I think this team kind of compares in somewhat to the team that I was on when I played here, so they just got to come in and focus on the day, not get too far ahead. Of course, they have the potential to do some great things, but they just need to focus on taking it one day at a time.
I had to really do a good job of going out and staying within the family. Hiring Mike Covington, I think, was huge. Bringing a guy back that's played for me, that loves Oakland and has been around. Tony Jones is a Detroiter. He and I have been friends forever. I mean, we had this bond. And then Reggie Hamilton, another ex-player. So if I did something good, I think I did good there.
Everybody's come home for a purpose. Everybody's come back here to Oakland or come back to the area for one common purpose. And this overriding purpose is a championship.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John Providence and Ascension Crittenton do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. More conversation, more back and forth, more questions and answers. That's what helps us understand all aspects of you and your life. Find a doctor who is right for you at stjohnprovidence.org/doctor or ascension.org/Crittenton.
That thing inside. You can keep it chained, but I say smash the lock and set it free. That's a brotherhood of muscle.
Well-qualified returning employee lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2018 Dodge Charger GT for $249 a month.
OU Credit Union is a proud supporter of Oakland University Athletics.
At home or on the road,
OU-CU is always there.
From fans
to family.
Athletes
to coaches.
OU-CU is proud to support every Golden Grizzly.
So we just wanted to say
thank you, OU-CU.
Thanks.
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 Thank you, OU-CU.
Visit oucreditunion.org to learn more.
Part of our ethos and our culture is relationships and welcoming environment and positive and effort and attitude. And if you went down the line and you asked our student athletes who is the best embodiment of those characteristics and traits, Tom Ford's name would be near the top of the list, if not at the top of the list.
When Tom got here, it was 4 years into my time here, but he was all by himself in the training room, 200 athletes, and he had to handle them all. And it was a crappy little room that he had with the old-fashioned equipment and that. And you know, so we had to help him, and he had to help us. And so he folded right into the family back 30-some years ago. We were together for 30 years.
It's been amazing from where we started out as Division II. We've had a lot of tremendous student athletes through Oakland University, and that's kept me, wanting to be at Oakland for all these years.
That guy bleeds for Oakland, and it's really powerful for anybody that's been around him for any period of time. And I've eaten more Thanksgiving dinners over the last 7 years with Tom Ford than I have with my wife and kids.
Tom touched more lives in his role than probably anybody in the history of Oakland University.
I tried to meet them all and try to reassure them that once they were out of Mom and Dad's hands, that they could rely on me if they were sick or injured.
He would go to the doctor's appointments with them. He would drive them there, stay with them. Many of the times they'd come back into town from an injury, and I would go to the hospital with him. We'd spend the whole night there because the parents couldn't get there till the next day, and he did not want them alone.
I can remember my red shirt year, you know what I mean? Just all the doctors and dentists and all the appointments that I had to make it to. And Tom was there. Tom was there to take me to every single one of them.
Tom was always that guy that was there for you, through it all. Like, for me personally, he been there from when I had my foot surgeries. He was always there for me.
I think that was the Division II part of it. We're so close, and I've brought that along through Division I and trying to make it a big family.
I looked at Tom as, not just as a father too, as a friend too as well, because I could talk to him about anything without him judging me on nothing.
Him giving me a book to read was that was huge to me. I know it might sound like a little smaller thing, but him giving me a book, it let me know that this man cared not just about anything basketball-wise. This man wanted to stimulate my brain and make me grow in other aspects of life.
I came into the office and I was told, and I've never been in a boxing match before, so I don't know what it means to be staggered, but I can't imagine it's much different than when I was told Tom Ford's diagnosis. It felt like just an uppercut right to the gut, where it knocks you back.
The diagnosis of ALS is kind of a difficult one. They run a gamut of tests. You see a number of doctors, cardiologists, pulmonologists, then the neurologist, and they've checked off everything that you don't have, and it ends up being ALS. I went up to Greg and Jeff and spoke to them that I had to step away. Physically, I couldn't do the job anymore. My thing is, I didn't want the athletes to be short-handed.
Tom means a lot to me, man. To see T4 going through that, it's hard to see, but the support behind him and the support around him is tremendous. So he knows he's not going through this alone.
So the only thing we can do is support him through his time of need, of whatever he needs, and be that same support that he was here for us when we needed it. We're the same support for him now.
I think Tom Ford night is going to be one of those nights that people are going to remember for a long, long time. And I think just the feelings and how that game goes and the reception that Tom's going to get from the Oakland community, and especially from our student athletes and our coaches and our staff, hopefully we'll stay with him and his family a long time, and certainly it's going to be representative of what he's meant to this organization.
It's going to feel great, and it's going to be sad at the same time, because it's going to be one of those emotional nights.
Tom is always going to be around in my eyes, no matter if he's on the bench or not.
I haven't had to drive him but one day out of 28 days of treatment. It's been wonderful. Those coaches want to spend another hour, 2 hours with him, driving him there, talking with him, reminiscing. That's what makes Oakland so great, is all those stories of 30 years get to be retold.
There were no Saturdays, there were no Sundays, there wasn't Christmas. The stupid basketball coach practices on Christmas night, so he has to be there. He's 2 years from retirement, where he and his family are talking about where they're going to do and what they're going to, where they're going to go on vacation, and how he's going to make up for all those holidays and all those Sundays. And God reaches out and does this. And the guy who's helped everybody, we can't help. That's what he's going through. Tom, we will be there for you. I know we can't do everything, but we will always be there for you. And we will always remember what you've done. You're the greatest, man. The most selfless person I've ever met in my life.
Enjoy your day, T-Ford.
OU Credit Union is a proud supporter of Oakland University Athletics.
At home or on the road.
OUCU is always there.
From fans
to family.
Athletes
to coaches.
OUCU is proud to support every Golden Grizzly.
So we just wanted to say
Thank you, OUCU.
Thanks.
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 Thank you, OUCU.
Visit oucreditunion.org to learn more.
We all have that thing inside. You can keep it chained, but I say smash the lock and set it free. That's a brotherhood of muscle.
Well-qualified returning employee lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2018 Dodge Charger GT for $249 a month.
When my hair is too long, I don't feel right. But when I get a cut, I'm me again, only better. My tattoo gets feistier. My crazy eye snaps to attention. I become my own Wi-Fi hotspot.
I just downloaded the entire internet.
And trust falls? They don't even scare me anymore.
That pomade really broke my fall.
Get in, get out, back to greatness. Download the online check-in app. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
Now today definitely is about basketball, but it's about so much more than that as the Golden Grizzlies pay tribute to a legend, quite frankly, longtime trainer Tom Ford. Tossed up in the air as is customary. Braylon Neely on the right wing drives.
Few minutes, let's play two.
Get the ball inside.
It's a catch off to Tom Connor, who will throw it down with the Thorin top.
If somebody's wide open, give them a good pass. Value the ball.
Here's the X Factor, Jalen Hayes.
Hayes with a left hand off the glass. Stan Scott crosses over, goes to the rim. How about that athletic take by Stan Scott? Stan Scott stepping into the jump shot and burying it. Gilbert, 4-3. Of course! They get the win here today, 82-50 over the Chicago State Cougars.
For that game against Chicago State, Tom was back. And I caught myself looking over to the left and seeing Tom sitting there in that customary spot, and everything felt right again. More than 3,000 people came out for that game. Everybody that came in contact with this program, they all remember Tom Ford, and they wanted to come out and honor him. They gave him his chair, and putting his name on the floor, I mean, Babe Ruth going into the Baseball Hall of Fame is on par with Tom Ford having his name on the floor here at the arena. The most deserved thing I've ever seen, and it's great that that'll be there for the rest of time inside the arena, because it belongs there.
That family thing that we talk about, he had a lot to do with creating it, you know. So when one of the elders gets in trouble, the family comes back and they reach out, and I think we just saw that. We saw life. That's really what we saw Saturday. We saw life at its best.
You know, the true measure of how you're valued as an individual is the marks that you leave, the footprints that you leave in an organization, and certainly in the case of our seniors and Tom Ford, they've certainly have left their impression. And hopefully when they reflect, they will realize just how valuable they were, how important they were in the development of what we're trying to do with Oakland athletics.
Across the board, across the country, everybody goes into the season wanting to be champions, but some have realistic goals, some have unrealistic goals. I believe that ours is very realistic. As far as the coaches, we just want to put the players in the best position to reach those goals.
We talk to each other, we listen to each other, and we learn, we help each other out. That's all we want to do, is win. I mean, anything can happen to us, so it's just taking care of business of that day.
Well, when I first came here, man, I can still remember the meeting I had with Coach Campy, him just, promising me and my family that he'll turn me from a boy into a man and just get the best out of me and make me the best player that I can be. Going into my last year, I can honestly say that Coach Campy has done that. And it's not always about basketball between, a player-coach, relationship. We always try to go deeper than that.
That's what my grandma always told me, and I always was taught that just take one day at a time and just be patient. It's gonna work out for you, and just keep working hard and doing what's right, and then everything else will play out for itself.
Catch Oakland basketball at the Arena. For tickets to all Oakland basketball games, call 248-370-4000 or visit goldengrizzlies.com.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John Providence and Ascension Crittenton do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. More conversation, more back and forth, more questions and answers. That's what helps us understand all aspects of you and your life. Find a doctor who is right for you at stjohnprovidence.org/doctor or ascension.org/Crittenton.